Good afternoon. This is my video for replacing the idle air control valve on a 2002 Ford Ranger 2.3 size engine. So I was looking online to do this myself and I couldn't find many videos on my exact make, so maybe this will help some of you other people out there. Okay, so here is my idle air control valve right here. Allow me to point. There we go. Okay, and let's see here. So what I'm going to do, I have gone ahead and removed this hose here. I know a little bit about cars. I don't know all the parts, but I removed this hose so I could get out of my way. Let's see. It's my first video of a how-to video for car stuff, so pardon me if I get my own light and stuff. Anyways, so I removed that. Anyways, that's out of my way. So you've got two bolts right down here, one on each side, and I'm going to go ahead and remove those, so hang tight. And also, the socket I'm going to use that fits mine is a 5/16. So, you know, check your own, but again, this is an 02 Ranger 2.3 size engine, so yours may be the same, it may be different. Double check though. Alright, here, so we're going to go ahead and remove this. Lefty loosey, righty tighty, folks. My car has been off, my truck has been off all day, so, you know, I would recommend doing it while your vehicle's cool. My part just came in the mail, so I was ready to do this. After I watched some other lady do this in under 10 minutes on a YouTube video on her, I don't know, Ford Escape, I was pretty motivated to go ahead and do mine. So this top clip up here, you just push down in that center piece. It's kind of tight, but just push it. I did loosen mine ahead of time. It doesn't come off that easy, but you just push down on that little clip. If you've ever handled any of these clips, it shouldn't be that difficult for you. So move that out of the way. Loosen the other bolt here on the other side. Do not drop your little bolts down there into your engine. That would be problematic. If you have one of the a magnetic tool of any sort that can perhaps catch those or something, that's handy. Otherwise, I prefer to use my hand because I don't want to go finding my bolts later on. And definitely keep these bolts in my part that I got, the replacement part. There are not new bolts with it, so do not lose these. Okay. Alright, so, and I will say this is my first idle air control valve I've ever replaced, so we'll be optimistic it goes well. Alright, and here we are. It's kind of dirty, I guess. Compared to the new one, it's dirty. So, and it's always good whenever you're replacing parts to compare the two to make sure that they are the same. So let's see if I can do this good. Alright, so here's the new one, okay? Here's the old one. They look the same. Let's do a front view. Front view, new one. Okay. Here's the front view of the old one. Okay, looks like the same. They are the same. Okay, it's a good sign. Feel good about this now. Alright, so just for shits and giggles, I lined up the holes and everything on it too to match up. I just like to extra make sure on everything, so that's just me. In my new part box, I also got a new valve ring thing. Again, I'm not an IAC certified mechanic, so I don't know all the proper terms. Gasket, maybe that's it, yeah. Anyways, so you pop the old one out, okay? It just kind of sets in a groove there, so just easy to grab out there, okay? Rip it out, that's good stuff right there. From what I'm seeing, it does not look like there is a front or a back to it, or a top or a bottom. It's pretty much just one piece, okay? So this is the new one here. Again, it's got a little longer little thingies on the top here, but you know, it's essentially the same thing because these little nubs that come off on the top, they're gonna stick out on the top there of the wherever this thing goes. So I'm going to wipe this off just a hair. Kind of want to use parts cleaner, but I don't know if that'll be good for it. Let's see. So I love parts cleaner, but I'm kind of hesitant just to blow it into random places in my engine, so I'm gonna not do that. Okay, good enough for me. Can't be any worse than what it was. So now let me get closer for this for you guys before I put that new one in. Okay, so up close and personal, that's where we removed that old one from, okay? And sorry for the camera action here. This new gasket will just fit into that groove right here, okay? From what I've seen, there's nothing that you need to put in there, like any kind of goop or, you know, yeah, so this is pretty much, from what I've learned and seen and understood, that's all you gotta do is just replace this, just put it in there. So, that's fit in there. And also, I don't think I've mentioned the symptoms of my truck, but of course, if you've gotten this far, you probably have diagnosed your truck already, either by code, engine code, or through, there's the finished one, either through an engine code. I think mine was like 1432 on my Ford Ranger. Use one of those little Matco scanner tools. But my truck was having this very weird idle all of a sudden. I'd come to a stop at a stoplight. Sorry here, good Lord. Okay, hopefully that will stay there. Anyway, so the symptoms my truck was having that led me to replace this is that what would happen is I'd come up to a stop, you know, in traffic, and my truck would lurch forward like it's getting like a surge of energy. And it was almost, I don't know, it was just the trippiest thing. And then you would be driving, and around maybe third gear, it's an automatic, so around 30 miles an hour, third gear, all of a sudden it would kind of just like bog down. And then it would come out of that and drive fine, and then other times it would just totally gear up and just drive like the wind. So fortunately, I have a boyfriend that has a friend that you know, has one of those scanner tools, so thank heavens. Okay, so this thing, it's ready to go back in there. And I don't know, it sticks out a little bit, but there's not really anywhere else for it to go. So we're just gonna go ahead and put this in there. And grab your two trusty bolts that you had before. It's always a good idea to start your bolts by hand. Anything you're screwing back into your engine or your vehicle, always start by hand, because if you start with a ratchet or anything else other than your hand, you can't really feel if it's getting misthreaded. And the last thing you want to do is rethread something and start that problem for yourself. I mean, one problem at a time. Let's not cause any, you know? That's how I feel. So, and honestly, I just, even though some people may say it's harder work or whatever, I just like to screw them in as far as I can. Less ratcheting, so. Alright, so that's good. Go ahead and tighten these down. I hope this video comes out okay for you guys. Again, this is my first video, and I hope it's like helpful and not crapping. So, alright. And always tighten equally on each side, you know, so don't over tighten on one side, don't tighten all the way down, and then go and tighten the next side. So you want to tighten evenly, because otherwise it'll tighten unevenly and seal down not as good as if you did it equal. So kind of like when you rotate tightening on the lug nuts on changing a tire or something. So again, that's my 2 cents. You don't have to take it, but that's me. So let's see here. All right. Oh, I'm so excited. I hope my truck runs so great now. I'm so optimistic. Okay. So, put that plug back in. Put that little hose back in. Whatever that goes to. I'm sure it's important. All right. So that's it. Yeah. Let me go ahead and start it up. Let me move some stuff out of the way. Okay. My truck runs. Not that there's much to see or hear, but I just wanted to prove to you I didn't break it either. So, there's my shiny new idle air control valve. And, you know, so if you're a dude or a chick out there, you can do it too. Well, granted, it has some nice, easy access like mine did, but may the force be with you of turning wrenches and fixing your own vehicle. Hello again. One other thing I forgot to mention. I thought I'd share the part. I used partsgeek.com. It's worth checking them out for prices. This is the part I got. Again, 02 Ford Ranger. I paid $51 for the part and like $9 shipping. $60 total, I think. I don't work for them. I get no special props for saying their name. But I like saving money, and so I just cross-referenced the part that they had over a ton of websites to make sure that that part really was gonna fit my car, since I did my truck, whatever, since I did buy it over the internet. But yeah, so, you know, just food for thought. A lot of times if you go onto the part name, their website, like the main website, like standardbrand.com, something like that, you can kind of cross-reference your part and make sure it is going to be the right one for your vehicle, and it's not just that website saying so. So again, partsgeek.com. I also bought a thermostat for my truck on eBay for totally half the price, and I'll be doing the thermostat here in a few days when that shows up. So just some money saving tips out there, folks. All right, bye.